Welcome to Rod Laver Arena. This is Pride Night 2022. It's great to have you along. Could you please make welcome, singing You Will Be Found, from the film Dear Evan Hansen, Jack Vidgen.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear? Well, let that lonely feeling wash away. Maybe there's a reason to believe you'll be okay. 'Cause when you don't feel strong enough to stand, you can reach out your hand. And oh, someone will come running, and I know they'll take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you'll reach up and you'll rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. There's a place where we don't have to feel alone. And every time that you call out, you're a little less alone. If you only say the word, from across the silence, your voice is heard. Oh, someone will come running. Oh, take you home. Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you reach up and you rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. You will be found, out of the shadows. The morning is breaking and all is new. All is new. It's filling up the empty and nothing else to see, but all is new. All is new. You're not alone. You're not alone. You are not alone. No, you are not alone. No, you are not. You are not alone. Even when the dark comes crashing through, you need someone to carry you. When you're broken on the ground, so let the sun come streaming in, 'cause you reach up and you rise again. If you only look around, you will be found. Found. You will be found. 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 Oh, you will be found. Oh, you will be found.
Super excited to watch these two not just walk down the wonderful entrance to the Rod Laver Arena, but to lock horns for a third time in their professional career. Of course, two players that have known each other for a long, long time. Both former World Junior #1s, and both have wins over each other. Fritz at junior level, Tsitsipas at pro level. And there is so much on the line tonight as well for both of these. Taylor Fritz in uncharted territory getting through to this stage of the tournament. Tsitsipas en route again to another deep run here in Australia, and perhaps, possibly, his maiden major title. Can he add his name to this wonderful walk of champions this fortnight in Melbourne?
Yeah.
This is fourth round men's singles, Rod Laver Arena. Please welcome from the United States of America, Taylor Fritz. And his opponent from Greece, Stefanos Tsitsipas.
As ever, a huge welcome for this man. It's like a second home for him here in Melbourne, and rightly so. A couple of semi-final appearances here, tantalizingly close to the title. He can taste it here in Melbourne. Will 2022 be the year for the fourth seed? 31 degrees still here in Melbourne. It's 8:30, it's an hour and a half after the prescribed start time for the evening session. We have been blessed with some of the most incredible tennis throughout the day here. The second Monday of these championships, and we have an evening that is also laced with potential drama. Alongside me for this one will be Mark Philippoussis. Welcome, Mark. How are you? How's your day been?
Patrick, how you doing? It's been a long day. Like you said, it's been some long matches on this court, and I think there's going to be some big hitting tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, what's this? Episode 10 of Fast and Furious, the franchise?
Yes.
Which one's The Rock?
Good evening. Will, our guest. Will, our guest. Hi. Right, so gentlemen, after the coin toss, there's going to be a picture behind me, please. So we have Net Machine, Hawkeye Live. Most of the close calls are shown on the big screen. 25 seconds between points. I call the score, I start the clock. You have the clock each corner here and on the big screen. Towels in the boxes. Let's say you have the red one and you have the blue one. All right? Any questions? No? Your choice is going to be A and Z or Margaret. A and Z. Here we go. Margaret. Serve. Stay. Picture, please. You stay in the middle. Here.
Steph's going to serve. I believe and I hope that Brad Stein has got his headset on because he is courtside. Brad, welcome, good evening. This should be a wonderful tennis match.
Thanks, Mark Squared. It's really a pleasure to be on air with you guys and be sitting down here courtside. It's going to be an exciting match, that's for sure. The crowd's going to be pretty electric, as they always are when Stefanos plays. And I was reminded as Taylor was walking out about the last time he was on this court, which was a very interesting experience last year with Novak Djokovic.
A match potentially he should have won, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. That was the match where Novak was up 2-0 and then came up lame, and it looked like he was going to potentially pull out and default, and somehow Taylor wasn't able to close it out. It was a strange course of events and the way that match went and everything, and it just reminded me of that watching him walk out here tonight. But he's been in great form, and he's a very dangerous ball striker. I talked to Paul Anacone today a little bit, who works with him from back home. He's here with Mike Russell, he's now hired. Mike Russell was traveling and worked with him on a part-time basis through the USTA, but Taylor's now hired him to travel with him more and work alongside and as part of the team with Paul. Paul said that they're looking for him to be extremely aggressive, attack second serves. One of the things that stuck out to me was that he said that he's going to look to take balls down the line very early in the rallies to push Stefanos back in the court, and that he wants him to invest in playing big early.
Interesting stuff, and as ever, Brad, thanks for those insights. They're always so valuable. Stefanos Tsitsipas, what do you expect from him tonight, Mark?
He should be focusing on his game. For him, the most important thing is for his first serve percentage, holding serve. That last match he played, didn't drop serve once. If he does that, he's going to be tough to beat. He's going to look to be aggressive. I mean, he's an incredible athlete, moves well from the back, but he's also got to be very careful. As Brad was saying, you drop the ball short, Taylor's going to be all over it. He's got weapons, he's got that huge forehand, but he can play that backhand down the line. So Stefanos needs to be aggressive with his play, mixing up the play, but also making sure that he's not waiting for Taylor to be making unforced errors and start pushing the ball around, because he could get hurt.
He's been as high as 3, of course, in the world. One player that is through to the quarterfinals here is a career high at the moment. Live rankings is Matteo Berrettini. He's up to 6 in the world. Credit to the Italian. He's made the last 8 of all 4 majors. Also career high, the man on the other side of the net for against Stefanos tonight. Taylor Fritz up to 20 in the world. He has broken into the world's top 20 in the live rankings. Has Taylor Fritz been a bit of a stumbling block the 3rd round for him in the past? Not so here in Melbourne, and one wonders just how far he can go and push on to. How much does the fact as well, Brad, you feel that they have known each other since juniors play any part in this match?
I mean, of course, it's a factor. You know, that the old saying, familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
You get to know each other and you get comfortable with what the other guy does. But the fact is that these players continue to grow and develop their games. And you know, they could play each other in a 3-month span and their games might potentially be a little bit different. They also might potentially make some adjustments based on what's gone on in their last matches that they've played. So it's a factor, but I don't think it's a big factor by any means.
A couple of interesting things around this match. Taylor Fritz never changes his racket in match, Mark. Never changes it. Plays with the same racket. His rationale for is he feels that rackets feel a little bit different, so he doesn't go with the ball change, just tries to adjust. It's unusual, isn't it?
It's unusual, but I get it. You know, if it's working, it feels good. Why change your racket, even though these guys should have 5, 6, 7 rackets probably exactly the same. They're weighed the same, they're strung the same, and you want to pick up the racket and you should feel exactly the same with the one you just had. But again, if it feels good, why change?
You know any other player that's ever done that, Brad?
You know, I think players, when they first come out on the tour, they sometimes, you guys were making me think about Taylor. Taylor, I know when he first turned pro, he was pushed by a number of people to add weight to his racket, play with a heavier racket. He played with a very, very light racket, around 315 grams, I think, which is very light.
Wow. And
he was pushed to add some weight to that, which he did, and he actually struggled with it, and he went back again to the lighter racket. And I think it is common. Sometimes we as coaches or other people are around the players when they're young. We think we have a great idea of what you need to do with your equipment. But to me, equipment is always so personal. You know, it's how the racket feels in your hand, the grip that you like, the string tension. It's pretty tough as a coach to get a feel for that from players. So I try not to mess around with that myself.
Ready? Play.
You guys have both been talking about how the intensity ratchets up as we go through the draw, that the players start elevating their level. There's Stefanos Tsitsipas.